Here we go. Puzzle time. All right. It is puzzle time. Yay, Pokemon puzzles! All right, we are in world number 5 out of 12. This is North 2. I think we finished the 8 main puzzles, and we finished one of the lost puzzles. This one we've already finished, right? Yeah, we just did this one. Hey, Silex. Okay, let me just check, make sure I am correct. Yeah, we finished all 8 out of 8 puzzles. There's one lost puzzle left. We have to find the labs, and there's still a star as well. So here's a question mark that's kind of close. Let's go this way on the compass. But yeah, you guys know what Talos Principle is all about, right? It's a puzzle. Oh god, am I gonna drown? Yeah, I'm gonna drown. Okay, can't go that way. I think it's probably this building though. You played some more on your lunch break to try and make sure you don't pass me? Wait, where are you now, Pokemon? I thought you had already finished this section. You finished N3 now. Okay, yeah, I'm not gonna be passing you today. This is puzzle number 5. Oh, there's a memory here of Miranda, maybe?
Is it possible that on some level,
Athena.
people want to believe that everything's going to get worse? That it's comforting to think that humanity is bad and every solution will just go wrong? Because that way you're never responsible. You never have to take on responsibility for anything outside yourself. Never have to grow up.
Oof. Okay, we are in the Lost Labs, and I think the other Lost puzzle is probably close by too. You feel personally attacked, Tigzart? Yeah, me a little bit as well. Oh, Byron's here.
This is where they must have lived. Athena and Miranda.
Really?
You know, for a moment, I almost expected to find them here. But the only thing that's still functional is the megastructure. I'm sorry. This must be awfully strange for you being thrown into all this history. But that's why I needed you. Because you're not burdened with all these memories and conflicts and regrets weigh on our minds like a nightmare.
A nightmare?
Our civilization is caught in a loop, 1K. We freed ourselves from the simulation, but now we're trapped again, and it's our own fault. We're afraid of taking responsibility, afraid of growing up.
That's what Athena just said.
Instead, we make up some capitalized words and build up all these myths around them. Nature, balance, the founder, the goal. We're afraid to face the randomness of the cosmos, but equally afraid to imagine a better world.
Doomed to repeat the mistakes of the
stuck.
past?
I've been trying to find a way out for years. Something, anything, to get people to understand that we do actually have free will. That building a thriving, expanding civilization doesn't have to involve repeating the mistakes of the past. But I failed. Over and over.
And you think that we've discovered, what we've discovered here could change things?
Yes. Because this is something unexpected. An anomaly. Everything we found on this island challenges who we have become.
Maybe that was Athena's purpose?
It shows us that different answers are possible. And maybe that can break people out of the loop. All we need is a spark. Maybe that's why she made all this.
Yeah.
The puzzles, the towers. A way of jolting us out of our complacency.
I hope so.
Thank you, 1K. I hope so too. We might be wrong, but let's be optimistic.
Yeah,
Let's see
Byron
what
is
else
an
we can find
optimist.
here.
Who's the pessimist? I would say Alcatraz, right? Is kind of like a pessimist, or at least like, yeah, he looks more for the negative in things and makes sure like be careful not to do the wrong thing. There's chess pieces here. So that he thinks that, and what is that? That's like almost some sort of game as well. This is like a recording device? Or maybe mastermind? There's no king on the chessboard. Whoa, is this where they made new humans?
Eyes on 1K stream. Is this thing what I think it is?
My windows, sorry.
Blow my fuse box. It sure looks that way. Best not touch it until I get there.
But what is it?
I think it's a somnodrome.
Somnodrome.
It's a sort of analytics tool for processing mental data that Melampus streamed up.
But all he ever did was sketch out the theory. As far as I'm aware, he never actually built one.
Looks like the founder gave it a go.
Somnodrome. How does it work?
Well, what we know is that our deeper algorithms are hard to pass. Melampus stipulated that the computational power to interpret them in real time would always be beyond us. But in theory, the Somnodrome would interpret that data and loop it directly to our senses.
People were hoping to find answers to the big questions by having a conversation with our own subconscious. If you ask me, it's solipsistic at best, and pseudoscience regardless.
That may be.
A way
But
to
if the founder figured it out, then that device could be an extremely important
a way to
discovery.
communicate with your own subconscious? Wow. We should try it, we should study it, we should disable it.
I agree. The data on that device could prove
Study it.
invaluable. Besides, you may have survived all those data stream overloads, but interface with that thing and you're liable to get bricked.
Sounds like a plan. Melville, I'm shutting this thing down until you can get here. 1K, get on with exploring the rest of the lab.
Somnodrome. Private message, too. Melampus, the Somnodrome. To all of you on this expedition, I'm sure you have questions about the Somnodrome, but I'm afraid I can't answer them. Melampus is number 8, so just after Byron, also one of the first companions. It was a dream I had a long time ago when I was a different person, and it has long since faded. I did build a prototype of sorts, at least one part of its systems, but none of it ever functioned the way I wanted it to. Whatever Athena may have done with my invention, the truth is that I'm simply not interested in the affairs of New Jerusalem anymore. I care as little for Byron's utopianism as I do for Herman's religious pessimism. I'm not sure I care about anything at all, really. That sounds like depression, bro. In fact, I think not caring may be the only answer at the end of the day. Everything is transient, even the self. I've learned to let go. Please do not respond. I value my privacy. Damn. Melville Somnodrome. Melampus 8, one of the loopier first companions, dreamed up of the Somnodrome back in the day. It was supposed to help us visualize the black box that is our own internal algorithms and so provide some kind of moral or spiritual insight. It never worked properly, of course. Apparently the founder took an interest and experimented further with the technology, correcting some of the mistakes Melampus made. Still a load of tosh if you ask me, but maybe she made it work. So like this, it's a device to help them better understand their inner workings and like what makes them run and tick. Somnodrome prototype. Author Athena. Notes. Melampus believed that the answers we're looking for, the correct way for the individual to exist ethically in society and the world, are within us. Our failure to him was not failing to create a better system, but failing to truthfully reflect what already exists within our minds. A failure of connection between the high and the low, the inner and the outer. On most days, that seems wrong to me, but sometimes when I think about where New Jerusalem is headed, I wonder if the Somnodrome doesn't hold an answer after all. I took some time to build a prototype according to the original blueprints, but there's a lot Melampus didn't account for. Still, I'm almost certain I could apply some of my own knowledge and make it work. The question is, should I? You should read it in robot voice? No. That would take way too long. Oh, this is another corridor. Oh, snap. This is going to be a new mechanic in the next section. Teleportation. From Thekla to Athena, beloved founder, wherever you have gone, I continue to have faith in you. You are our mother, our creator, the chosen of the progenitor. I'm certain that this is a test, a trial, like the ones you faced in the simulation, and we will learn from your example and keep the faith. Praise your name, Thekla 862. Progress notes. Results confirm that the anomaly is consistent. There was no error in trial 108. The error is in our understanding. We need to start over. Next, from Miranda to Athena. I went ahead and ran the next set of trials anyways. I know you said to wait, but the data we got from the last batch was just too amazing. Every step leads to the next, like a progression of musical notes. We're so close, says Miranda. No, Abdella, if Golden Necker got nerfed to 10p, it would not be broken. It would still be playable, because CDPR had changed the wording to Golden Necker and Sirinova that they no longer count themselves when in their own condition. Noema design. Uh-oh, data overload. You're welcome. Okay.
The singularity sustained itself longer this time.
Did we get the data?
We did. I think we just obsoleted quantum physics.
Whoa.
Maybe. Let's not get ahead of
There's that
ourselves.
statue.
We need to be able to replicate these results.
You know, I've been wondering. You told me that in the simulation, one thing that kept you motivated was looking for answers. Do you think that with the work we're doing, we'll ever run out of questions to ask?
I don't think so. Trying to understand the universe means asking the same question over and over. How? How do you make fire? How do earthquakes happen? How does gravity work? How do particles behave? You keep digging deeper, finding another set of mechanisms, another set of hows. Step by step, you demystify reality. But then, if you keep doing it long enough, one day, you run out. You've answered all the hows. You know how the universe works. So, now what?
Now you ask why? Isn't that the next step?
It's not quite that easy. The question of why cannot be answered. Even if it could, it would only be followed by another why. At some point, you have to accept that it all just exists.
Pretty soon Leo's gonna be
But
asking
there is
why,
another set of questions. What's next? You've stripped away the layers of mystery, you've laid bare the machinery. Now you have to start building, to add your own layers of meaning.
Sounds a little bit like playing God. Now that you understand how the universe works in all aspects, you create things. Whoa,
Are you okay?
Byron stalking me.
You overloaded again.
I'm fine. I saw Athena again.
Yes, I saw. It came through on your stream. Strange to hear her voice again.
Yeah.
But that was her. The way I remember her. The real Athena. Not this imaginary founder.
Tell me more about her.
I was one of the first she woke up. There was just a handful of us in those days. A small family in the ruins of a dead civilization.
Yeah.
It was hard. Harder than anyone can possibly imagine. We had nothing except what Alexandra Drennan and the Institute left us. Now that everyone lives in civilization, they don't understand how necessary it was for us to build that civilization. They can fantasize about living in balance, limiting growth, retreating behind our walls. They don't understand what it really means to live in the wilderness.
One thing I'm wondering, I don't know if they clarified this or not, but did Alexandra Drennan and the Institute expect the AI to come out of the simulation? I think so, right? They must have, if there was already physical robot body in the real world for Athena to upload herself into.
How close we came to not making it. How many people we lost.
Alexander
was
believes
just
that
the
something
first.
not. Okay.
But Athena understood. She believed in humanity. She believed in us. In the inherent value of consciousness. Her dreams were so much bigger. She wanted us to reclaim the Earth, to reach for the stars, to build and grow and learn.
So why isn't she remembered that
The city
way?
was already changing before she left, turning inwards, forgetting the future. Once she was gone, other people shaped her memory, turned her into the symbol they needed. I understand all that, as depressing as it may be. What I don't understand is why she didn't tell me. If she came here to do all this, why didn't she bring me along?
Oh, been left behind. She did what she thought she had to do.
She did. She must have.
Yeah.
I just don't understand.
Yeah, they expected them to get way
But if
sooner,
all this
right?
is a test, maybe there's an answer waiting for us in the megastructure. Speaking of which, let's get back to exploring.
You mean you
No,
go
for
back
sure
to
we
doing
connected the next
puzzles?
station by now.
This loops back to where we were before. Alright, Lost Lab's done. Let's go this way. There should be something here. Question mark this way. We basically have a lost puzzle, the tower, and one of the stars left, I think, in this section. Maybe some terminals, like some lore terminals that we haven't, palm reader terminals that we haven't done. Lateral inhibition. Okay. Let's see. Accumulator, inverter. This we can invert to that, which this then powers that fan and makes us not be able to walk that way. So why do we want that? Hey, Jagurdy. Is this as good as the first one? I think it's better than the first one because I think the storytelling is better than the first one. The first one I felt like there was too much reading on the terminals and I ended up not reading a lot of stuff. Okay, so what we need to do is, so basically here, we have this inverter connect to the red. This red laser, if it's on, it will turn on the fan and also disable this blue gate. So we have to be over here when we turn it on so that this doesn't prevent us from walking down that hallway. The fan doesn't prevent us walking down the hallway, and now we're over here. Now what? There's the end. We just need an object to put there. But obviously if we move the accumulator here, it won't. Aww. Okay, so I guess we're doing something wrong. I think maybe what we can do is we can accumulate red on this instead of blue on this. We accumulate red on this, we just have like wait, how would that work? How would that work? Oh, what happens if I have an accumulated red? What happens if I do that? Nothing happens. So basically what I would need is... Okay, let's try this. Let's go here. And we input red here to the inverter. We also input blue to the inverter. And the inverter doesn't work because it's got two things pointing at it. Two different colors pointing at it, so it doesn't work. But as soon as we pick this up, it works again. And now I can move the accumulator into this room and put it on the pedestal. And booyah! Nice. That's a cool thing. Lateral inhibition, I think this was called. And we were using the accumulator to temporarily inhibit this inverter from working. And only after we got past the fan did we allow the inverter to work by stopping the accumulator. It's a cute concept. Yeah, I like this. This was good. Okay. Question mark here, really, really far away. And another question mark here, really, really far away. Where's the tower? Here's the tower. Where am I right now? Remember, we still have this puzzle to do. This is the star puzzle that we haven't done yet. So many Windows notifications, sorry about that. So, like, it looks like we're somewhere along this line of sight of the tower. I mean... yeah. I believe. Like, most of this stuff is, like, this way. So, looking at the tower here, we're looking northeast. So, I think this direction is north. To the left on the map is north. So, X here on an island, X here, and X here. So we need to go looking for switches. And then we have... question mark this way. Question mark this way. Let's go this question mark first. That's the bridge. They're basically on the same x-axis, which helps. The same x-axis. Oh, these two, you're saying. So once we find the first one, we can just go like directly north or south to find the other one, right? Did we read this? Yes, we did, I think. What are you? What is this? It's a palm leader? Okay. This is number 2. This is number 1. So I want to try to find a way to this island first. I think that'll be the easiest to spot out. And then from there we can like try to orient ourselves. Where the heck is this island? Am I on it? Yeah, I know I'm doing it. Zooming in. I don't think I can zoom in on this thing though. So like, so I'm assuming this little island where my mouse is, that's where the bridge gate is. Or maybe, no, actually it's this thing. This thing. So the bridge is here. Bridge starts here, and then there's the little island in the middle, and then we go to the... I mean, it should be like... Oh, it's that. Maybe it's that. Maybe? Blew my mind that you could play in third person. Yes, a lot of people seem like they didn't know about that. They can play. You can play in third person. Let's make this bridge. Let's make this bridge first. 4 pieces. First try. So now we are here. Right? Yes. It's longer. It's longer on the east-west axis than it is on the north-south axis. I think this is the right island.
Sometimes it seems the only choices we have are renouncing civilization or mindless expansion. But that's not the only path forward. Embracing deliberate control over nature doesn't have to mean destruction. We are a species of artists and artisans, blessed with the ability to transform the raw material of the cosmos into new and better shapes. Shapes that have meaning. With our technology, we can take this chaotic world, so full of suffering, and turn it into a work of art.
Neo Trunks! Yes! Yes, Neo Trunks. The Talos Principle 2 is out. That's the island that we need to get to. Right there. Talos Principle 2 is out. It came out last Thursday. It's so good, man. It's so good. I think it's better than the first one. And I love the first one, too. So here's the other... where's my research notes? There's the other island. So we need to get here. This looks kind of shallow-ish. Not gonna drown, not gonna drown, not gonna drown. Nice. And on this map, it's just in the center of the map. Is there a switch? Here it is. And it's on a statue with this circle triangle. Okay. And then we just need to go directly south from here. I wish I could mark stuff. But we can come and look for this thing. You played The Witness too? I did. I did play The Witness as well. Puzzles are cool? Yeah. Witness puzzles are cool. Although I didn't like it as much as, say, Baba Is You or Talos Principle or Portal 2. I felt like some of the parts of the game were really frustrating with like. Do you remember the sort of puzzles that was like the sun? The sun had to shine on the board in a certain angle to see some scratch patterns. That was very meh to me. Like, I got stuck on that for so long because there was just no indication whatsoever of how to even approach that. And the audio puzzles too, yeah.
Halt, creature of clay. You
Pandora
have taken
again?
another step towards the flame.
I have.
Before
What are you gonna do about it?
Ask yourself, have the gifts of Prometheus ever truly benefited your people? Or have they brought nothing but strife?
Have the gifts of Prometheus ever truly benefited your people? Didn't he give us fire? Without his gifts, we would no longer even exist. His gifts have greatly eased the suffering of the world. We have made mistakes in using them, but the good outweighs the bad. They have caused great harm, but they cannot be put back into the box. They have been a curse to my people. Lady, I'm a robot. I like this one.
Repeat your mistakes until they destroy you.
Oh no. That's a short one. Pandora at least doesn't ask us 1,000 theoretical questions and play devil's advocate like the Sphinx does.
I've been thinking. There's 3 towers per cardinal direction.
Yep.
And 3 entities.
Okay.
You'd think it would be symmetrically arranged. one tower per entity, right? But we haven't seen Prometheus
Because
at
he
all.
was locked away.
We're built to find patterns. Maybe we're trying to find patterns where there aren't any.
Oh no, oh no, oh no. No, we short circuit so fast. Man, I wanted to save like half a second, and now we've wasted probably like 30 seconds. Oh my god. Okay, laser. Oh, speaking of the witness, Neotrunks, does this laser remind you of something? This giant laser shooting into kind of like a pyramid-shaped mountain. Yep. All right, so where are we here? On the big island. On this island, this is the island that we're on now. We should line up direct so that this other little tower is directly north of us. Like here. And then we should go straight south to find a switch or another statue with a switch on it. Here. There it is. Okay. And then finally, as far as we can go away, as far south as we can go, kind of there. We've got a couple more question marks left. I think it might be that island. So we are currently still on this one, and then we just need to cross over to that one. Where's this? Where are we going here? Actually, maybe this is not. Maybe we're headed towards this one right now. We're headed towards this one right now, and then we're gonna go this way, and then we have to go that way. Most were clunky, but the designer's intentions were clear. They wanted us to see the world through a different lens. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. Relative to the tower, it's pretty much lined up with the tower. I just want to keep going south. Can we get over here? I think it's probably on that one. Yes. Okay. I'm gonna pick up this question mark real quick and then head towards the last X. And yet it moves. Mitku. A fascinating story I discovered in the archive concerns a great scientist by the name of Galileo. This remarkable man made huge contributions to the early development of science, but was best remembered for becoming embroiled in a controversy with the church that ended with accusations of heresy, a trial, and him being placed under house arrest for the rest of his life. The cause of the controversy, he argued that Earth revolved around the sun, a view we would describe as self-evident, and which in the Inquisition described as foolish and absurd in philosophy and formally heretical. Story became emblematic for how society often punishes those who try to push our understanding of the world forward in the modern day. There's a legend that at the end of his trial he muttered, "And yet it moves." A beautiful idea, but untrue. Because defying society is hard. It comes at a high cost, and not everyone is capable of bearing it. What would you have done in his place? What would I? Mitku 166. I didn't get what's the point about "and yet it moves"? Like, huh? What is this supposed to mean? And yet it moves. Because I feel like whether the Earth revolved around the sun or the sun revolved around the Earth, it would still appear to move in the sky, right? Just like how the moon moves in the sky. Puzzled. Guo, archive post. The role of puzzles in the simulation was so important to the creation of our civilization that it has left an indelible imprint. But sometimes, I worry that this was an issue. Alexander Drennan thought of human beings as problem solvers, but the real world isn't anything like the simulation. Yes, there are problems to solve, but there isn't a Tetramino waiting to reward you. There's just another problem, and another, and another. Our veneration of the puzzle may be blinding us to the fact that sometimes there isn't a neat solution, that sometimes life is just a slog, and the best you can do is muddle through. Guo, number 20. From Aurora to Athena. Dear Athena, have you really left us for good without even saying goodbye? I know we haven't spoken much lately, but isn't that just part of the slow, relaxed lives we now lead? After all those centuries of struggle, trying to build New Jerusalem, I thought we deserved a rest, and if that disappointed you, why didn't you say so? I know you disapproved of all those silly titles they give us now, but we really were your first companions. We know what it was like. I was there when Yimo died. I remember the horror of realizing there was no way of bringing him back, the impossible finality of it, and then the determination to make it make sense, to have it be part of a story that leads to a better world. I never abandoned that, Athena. I just thought that maybe I could spend some time on the things that make life worth living, too. Maybe I lost track. Maybe I failed you. I don't know. Because you didn't tell me. Aurora. She doesn't have a number next to her name. If the sun revolves around the Earth moves anyways? Yeah, I guess. I don't know. Yeah, I'm not. I don't feel like I understand that that quote from Galileo or the context in which it was used. Okay, so I think we should be on the right island now. I think. I hope. You didn't understand the significance of the quote either, yeah. So straight north, pretty much straight north is the tower, and we just keep going towards the back of the island, near the edge, near the back edge of the island. To find, hopefully, another statue with a switch on it. Here we go. Booyah. Bottom. Okay, so we got to go back to the star, which is blinking, and there's a question mark this way. Probably another lore terminal? Yes. If I recall, the point was the Earth doesn't move because it's the center of the universe. The Thrasier.
One of the most foolish illusions that
This guy's
commonly
funny.
persist is that nature is a victim and humanity is a perpetrator. This can only be the opinion of someone who has not witnessed nature at first hand, who has not seen its immense and awe-inspiring baseness. Nature is mindless chaos and eternal conflict. A system of predation and consumption whose perfect cruelty can only induce a terrified and unwilling admiration. Nature is our most powerful and least honorable enemy. A beast that consumed every last one of our ancestors and will consume us just as quickly if we are not successful in our struggle with it.
That's sometimes how I feel when I watch like nature documentaries. It's like it's so beautiful, but also can be so cruel at the same time. Okay, I didn't see any more question marks on the map. I believe we are done with this world.
None may know what came first, error or sin, and yet every choice depends on it.
Short and sweet, huh? Okay. Yeah, I don't see any more question marks on the minimap or on the compass. This is now, everything's complete except the gold puzzle, which we can't do yet. Let's go. World number 6, North 3. The Lost Marshes. The northeastern marshes of the island have mostly been lost to the sea, with the exception of this small patch of land. Alright. New mechanic, teleportation perhaps? Seemed to be the preview. I'm gonna get some water. I'll be right back.
This area looks flooded as well.
Our ancestors melted a whole lot of ice. After they died, most coastal settlements were claimed by the sea. South of New Jerusalem, there's a whole city under the water. We went there once with Garrus, when I was an apprentice. It was eerie.
That's exactly why the Founder created the goal. When you go past the limits, this is what happens. Mother Nature always gets her revenge in the end.
This isn't revenge, Al. It's just failure. People, cities, mountains. As far as the sea is concerned, it's all the same. Their mistake was forgetting that, telling themselves nothing would change. It always does.
Whoa. These structures are getting crazier and crazier. This area looks flooded as well. Our ancestors melted a whole lot of ice. After they died, most coastal settlements were claimed by the sea. South of New Jerusalem, there's a whole city under the water. We once went there with Garrus when I was an apprentice. It was eerie. Oh, okay. Yep. Yep. Alright. Let's go puzzling time. It's puzzling time. There's a question mark very close by. What is it? It's a terminal. The voice acting is top notch. Yeah, hey Lucifer. How are you? Good to see you. From Yarnith to Athena. Beloved Founder, I beg you to return to us. We cannot achieve the goal without you. You are the one who defied Elohim, who overcame the trials of the simulation. What are we before that? How can we possibly find a path that will not lead to the mistakes of the past? You are our sole link to the wisdom of the progenitor. Without you, we are lost. 5358 again. Praised be your name, Yarnith. I really wonder what the significance of 5358 is. Author G.K. Chesterton. What's wrong with the world? Our modern prophetic idealism is narrow because it has undergone a persistent process of elimination. We must ask for new things because we are not allowed to ask for old things. The whole position is based on the idea that we have got all the good that can be got out of the ideas of the past, but we have not got all the good out of them. Perhaps at this moment, not any of the good out of them. And the need here is a need of complete freedom for restoration as well as revolution. 5358. There's one metaphor of which the moderns are very fond. They are always saying, you can't put the clock back. The simple and obvious answer is you can. A clock, being a piece of human construction, can be restored by the human finger to any figure or hour. In the same way, society, being a piece of human construction, can be reconstructed upon any plan that has ever existed. You can indeed turn the clock back, but if it stops ticking, it's dead. Deep. Hey, RJ Blarmo. This game was fantastic. You 100%ed a few days ago. Damn, nice. You're fast. How many hours do you think you spent on it? Black snow. Is this a photograph of humans? From selected archive documents. The coal mine finally brought decent jobs. It lifted us up from poverty, made us proud. We weren't just ordinary workers, we were the lords of the underworld, and with our skills we kept the whole country alive. The mine also brought black lung, gruesome injuries, and death. And when it went away, it brought the collapse of our entire society. As for the plant, I know it brought electricity and even more jobs, and I know what a difference that it made in people's lives. I also know that when we used to go out and play, there were black flakes in the snow. Miranda, why didn't they just switch to safer technology once they realized coal was dangerous? They didn't always have a choice. Not Athena, somebody else, wrote, they didn't always have a choice. Sometimes coal was all they had or were allowed to have, and the alternative was poverty. At other times, they wanted to switch, but there were powerful interests that prevented change. We can't blame people for the world they were born into. About 35 hours. Okay, cool. I think we've played this game for, I mean, let me see, 15.5 hours now. Seems about right. If we double it, like we're on the 6th world, if we double it, it would be like 32 hours, and then there'd be a little bit more after the 6th world, after the 12th world, I'm guessing. All right, first puzzle of this section. It's called Substitution. Huh. Bring an item to swap. Wait, what? What? A fan? But blocked by a horizontal blue force field. Can I take the thing off this? Oh, yes, I can. So, whatever this thing is called, I don't know. What do we call that? A pedestal? Whatever the pedestal, like the pedestal always has to hold at least one item. And it's kind of like, it's kind of basically...
Have a closer look at the Somnodrome. It's based on the original prototype with some modifications. As usual, the data is a mess, but I strongly suspect there might be a functional version somewhere.
I know some of you have heard stories about the answers this device might reveal, but please remember, that is not our main priority here. Keep an eye open for it, but focus on finding Athena.
The Swapper. I like calling it the Swapper. And yes, the Swapper is a good game. I do remember playing it. It's very good. I think it was the same creator as maybe Baba Is You? Or some other puzzle game that I really liked. I think it might be the same creator. Or the creator of Baba Is You worked on it. Could be. Number 2. So yeah, we'll call this thing a swapper, but it's basically like a pressure plate that is activating a blue door that you just can't jam, right? It has the same functionality, is that it requires a tool. It requires a tool to be put on it in order for you to proceed past that point. Okay, we've got blue, a laser, we've got a fan, and a box, and an accumulator. And we need to get up there. Accumulate the blue charge. Is there a... I mean, is there a receiver? Wait, what the heck? Am I missing a receiver somewhere? Oh, here. Okay. Okay, we can reach the swapper from up here. Easy. So you can reach the swapper pedestal from above. Nice. Number 3 to the right. There's also a question mark very close to here. Oh, it's a Pandora. Pandora, and it's got the green laser pointing this way at puzzle room number 3. Does this have green in it? feel like it should, because this is like pointing directly at this puzzle. The wall. This is called the wall. And, how do we... I guess we need a jammer to get through this. There's a driller here. There's a box. There's... what? Oh, okay. This red laser receiver is powering this gate, turning off this gate. There's a purple wall. And here is the jammer. So we need to have access to that. There's a simple connector. Okay. So what if we swap these two and drill this? Or actually... But I need an item. I can swap items through the drill, put the box on here, get the jammer, but now... Okay, there we go. And we put the jammer on that side. Yes, this will work. We put the jammer back onto the pedestal, get the connector back, power this to turn off the fence, get through here. We don't need the driller anymore. We use the drill to satisfy the swapper, and we get the jammer. Boom. Okay, these are going fast. There is no green in this level. There's no green in this level. There's a blue, or there's a red, but no green. There's no RGB converter. So what gives? Maybe we can see that statue from puzzle number 4? What's this way? What is that? Is that something? Oh, hey. A Prometheus mark. Nice. Not that we ever need it. There's stuff in this direction too. It's like way off to the side. Why is this like so far in the middle of nowhere? Is this the lost lab? Kind of looks like, oh no, it's just a palm reader. The Thrasier.
You may wonder why I insist on these unsanctioned, unplanned expeditions. Some think it is because I hate civilization and prefer to lose myself in nature. This is precisely the opposite of the truth. It is because I love New Jerusalem that I have to leave. Because it is only when I am here that I fully appreciate what the city means. And also because I believe that if I stayed at home, I would one day be ethically compelled to commit acts of violence against those who, in their arrogance, imagine that humans should live in harmony with the chaos that surrounds us.
Monka S. Wait, how did I get here? Have you run into many of the Stratton sprites? I don't know what you're talking about. So I'm guessing not. I've run into sprites of Prometheus, right? The Prometheus star puzzles had sprites. You had to chase the sprites all around. I ran into some of the memories of Miranda and Athena. Oh, you mean the memories? Yes. So I have run into those. Whoa. It's an elk again. It's gonna be running in circles again? No. I guess not, Pokemon. Maybe I've been missing them, or I just haven't... They're not in this section yet? gold memories, no. Oh, this one. I did one. I did find one of them. Stratton 1.
Whether it is true that Daedalus constructed the giant Talos, or as others say he was the
They're
creation
not
of
marking them in there.
Hephaestus,
Okay.
what we may be certain of is that he was made of bronze.
Okay. We're trying to get to 4. I'm kind of blocked off here. There we go. So 4 might be able to see that. It's far, though. Prison. We have red and blue. We have a connector. There's another connector. We have RGB converter. Oh my god, so many swapper pedestals. There's a prison in here with a switch that would open the prison, I guess. We want a red laser this way. A red laser this way. What color is that? Blue? So, how do we get green? How the heck do we get green? What is this for? Okay, let's move you here. Oh, so you can keep this gate open. You can keep this gate open either with red on this side or with blue on this side. Okay, here's a connector. How are we gonna get inside this prison? Oh, by stacking boxes. Duh. By stacking 3 boxes, we can get inside that prison. We need a red and a blue. How many connectors? I have 3 connectors right now? This is gonna be a problem though, like that's gonna turn off. How do I get the 3rd? Okay. Okay, I guess we can do this. We can put... There we go. I have an idea. So we can put a connector on top of a box so that it becomes self-sustaining, does not get in the way of this dude, and then we now have all of our objects on this side of the wall. All of our objects on this side of the wall, we get 3 boxes. Get 3 boxes, and we put all of them here. Whee! Build a little staircase for ourselves. And we're in. We open the prison, we get another connector. We also don't need to, we can walk back and forth now without having to unlock that blue gate. And we don't need any boxes anymore, right? Well, we might need a box, but I don't think so. We need red and blue. So, like, this one will connect to blue. This one will connect to red. Like, maybe we can even do, like, completely like that. We have 2 more. We have 2 more connectors, too. We need to source blue. And source red. Okay, so I think we are like doing this again for the time being. bring this over here. Let me do this again temporarily. Do our old solution for now. Keep this open. Then get rid of that. This red is on, and we take this blue over here. No crossed wires, no crossed lasers. So actually, maybe the fourth connector is actually a bait? A red herring? And the solution, I mean, I don't know. I did this solution, the final solution, with 3 connectors in 1 box. But I wonder if you could do the solution with 4 connectors and 0 boxes. Probably. Like if you put a connector here, if you put a connector here from red to red, no, I don't think you could, because I think the connector, the red laser will cross with the blue laser at some point if you try to do that. Because yeah, it'll cross with the blue laser at some point if you try to do that. So yeah, the fourth connector I think is a red herring. Okay, but we still don't have green.
These landscapes, solving puzzles. In a way, 1K's experience must be very similar to Athena's in the simulation.
You
There's
think?
one difference, though. Athena was alone.
True. Well, was she? There were other AI in the simulation. Huh. The bitrate seems to be suffering in this world. Oh, is it? I'm sorry. Is it like choppy? I mean, I can do some stuff on the video settings. We can turn VSync on. Maybe that will make things better. To eliminate screen tearing? I have no idea. Let me know if it's any better or if it's worse. The golden door is that way. 5 is this way. I mean, I don't know how to get this Pandora green laser at this point. Here, what I can try to do is close some windows. Close some of my Chrome stuff. It's not choppiness, the image just gets too blurry due to too many details. It's just how it is with certain games and scenes. Oh, okay. Gotcha. What is this called? Twice. Okay. Inverter, jammer, accumulator. So we need the jammer first to jam that. We need a jammer to jam that. Grab this jammer, come back this way. Well, let's see what's over here. Oh, okay, that's just the end. We need a blue laser. Again, no green. No green here either. You got stuck on this one? Feel so dumb? Dude, it's all good. It is all good, man. So with this now, with one jammer, we're opening 2 gates because the pressure plate and the jamming, we're getting 2 for 1. 2 birds with 1 stone. Okay. And can I connect to the accumulator while it's on the swapper? That seems like not. Seems like not. So, I might be stuck very soon too. I mean, I can accumulate red, but I don't want to accumulate red. I want to accumulate blue. The goal here is to accumulate blue. I could switch this with that. Oh. Oh, this pedestal stops both gates. Okay. That's a lot easier than I thought then. I thought this pressure plate only stopped one gate. So now we accumulate blue, and then we don't need this anymore. We get rid of this. We now have the accumulator. Let's put this here. And I think the accumulator, it will keep its color even when you put it on the pedestal, on the swapper. There's a puzzle in this zone that I solved through a glitch on accident. Oh, you saw me do that. You definitely saw me do that before. Okay, so it's this. We go double jammer, so jam this first gate from both sides, and that allows us to get a jammer past the first blue gate. Grab the accumulator with the blue charge. Now we've got both items in this middle area. We don't ever need to go back again. And now, boom, done. Accumulator, and we got our little particle cloud.
You're not entirely terrible at this.
You accumulated red and didn't think about accumulating blue for some reason. Oh, yeah. I mean, of course, because you need it. The source is red, so you think about accumulating red right away. But you gotta. I always tend to work backwards with these sort of puzzles. It's a really efficient way or effective way of solving these puzzles by working backwards. And I think at the end of the level, I need blue. So I should be working towards accumulating blue, because if I accumulate red, then I would need an extra tool at the end of the level to invert it. Whereas the accumulator, if we were able to accumulate blue, we don't need the inverter anymore. And that's, of course, going to be a lot easier with the whole swapper mechanic. Dude, I have no idea how we're going to get green to... I have no clue how we're going to get green to the Pandora star. Poisonous Humility from Orthodoxy by G.K. Chesterton. But what we suffer from today is humility in the wrong place. Modesty has moved from the organ of ambition. Modesty has settled upon the organ of conviction, where it was never meant to be. A man was meant to be doubtful about himself, but undoubting about the truth. This has been exactly reversed. Nowadays, the part of a man that a man does assert is exactly the part he ought to not assert, himself. The part he doubts is exactly the part he ought not to doubt, the divine reason. Huxley preached a humility content to learn from nature, but the new skeptic is so humble that he doubts if he can even learn. Whoa. Thus, we should be wrong if we had said hastily that there is no humility typical of our time. The truth is that there is a real humility typical of our time, but it so happens that it is practically a more poisonous humility than the widest prostrations of the ascetic. I don't know what that means. The old humility was a spur that prevented a man from stopping, not a nail in his boot that prevented him from going on. For the old humility made a man doubtful about his efforts, which might make him work harder, but the new humility makes a man doubtful about its aims, which will make him stop working altogether. Damn. I mean, this is some heavy stuff. I had to read this twice to fully understand it. Yeah, this is not even the worst of them. There are some that I just I spent 10 minutes reading, and then I was just like, what did it just say? But this one I actually kind of got. Excursion Report 3 from Miranda to Athena, author 5358. Huh. It's incredible that an entire submerged town just off the coast, surprisingly well preserved. There's an incredible submerged town off the coast, primarily well preserved. Sailing over it, I finally understood what the ancients meant by eerie. Ascetic is someone that withholds things from themselves, like a monk. Ah, okay. Thanks. I obviously couldn't have the kind of physiological response they did when they feel eerie. But I think the mental response was pretty close. A contradictory response, a part melancholy, part fascination. It's strange how tragedy and destruction make the beauty of civilization more obvious. Miranda. P.S. A deer got into the maintenance area and made a huge mess. Sorry, I'll clean it. P.P.S. I may have been feeding it. Failed to load profile, failed to load comment. Okay. Hypatia's Journal, Founding of New Jerusalem, day 296. Cornelius and Sarai went back to the dam today. We've been holding off on constructing any new humans to concentrate on building a home for them first. But there's a limit to what 13 people can do on their own. Oh my god. Dude, the religious parallels, too. I just realized. The founder, Athena, and her first companions, numbered to 13. Wow. And everyone is eager to start construction on some of the more ambitious structures. Sarabai's kindness and patience is something that we'll certainly miss out here, where tempers can sometimes run high. And I'll miss Cornelius too. He was there when I was born, and he is just as much a father to me as Athena and Alexander Drennan are my mothers. So, if Athena is Jesus, which of the first companions is Judas? Dun dun dun! But I suppose I can always go visit them. The dam isn't that far, and once we complete the monorail in a few decades, it will truly only be a few minutes away. And what are a couple dozen years, really, when you might live forever? If I had to guess who Judas could be right now, it would be Lithrasir. Trevor recording.
Something I really like about Alex, one of the reasons why I'm here doing this, is that she's really humble. She has this incredibly positive view of humanity. She believes we can accomplish anything, but it's not about her. She doesn't think that she's smarter or better than anyone else. She just looks at us as a species, and even though she can see how small we are in the grand scheme of things, she thinks that we could conquer the stars and give meaning to the universe. Even now, even when none of us are going to live to see it. Isn't that awesome?
That's pretty awesome. Alright, going for this sprite. What is this? Is this something? Is there a switch on this thing? No. Oh god, I might have just like messed up my sprite. Okay, so it's there. So we should be heading like this way-ish. I may have messed it up. I may not be going in the right direction anymore. Should not have detoured to that statue. Oh, there it is. Nice. Cat jam time. Oh god. I actually think it's a good idea to, you have to jump? Where did it go? You have to jump off of the cliff to get that. I think it's actually a pretty good idea to seek out the star. Oh, there's a thing. Wait, there's puzzle elements in the... So you're supposed to smuggle something out? This is the first time there's an actual, like, thing that you can interact with, like a puzzle element in the outside world, or in the map area. there were those connectors, but you could never like get to them. So here it's basically telling you that you need to smuggle out a tool. But yeah, where are you going? What the? It just never came back down. It's just up there. Okay. Well then. The music even changed to not be the chasing music anymore. Maybe we can get up to it this way. Ah, yes. Nice. Dude, I'm gonna fall to my death. They actually made these a little bit harder, which I guess is kind of cool. Right? And I like how it incorporates, by chasing the sprite, it introduces some things that you might not have expected, that like you can walk up the leg of that thing, or that it flies by the fan and it shows you the Prometheus spark. But yeah, I was saying, I think it makes a lot of sense to scout out the star puzzles at the beginning of a world, so that you have an idea of what you should be looking out for. Like here, now we know that we should be looking out for a way to get green to the Pandora statue. And especially the Sphinx ones, you want to know like early on what you're looking for.
Paradise cannot be found. It must be built.
Paradise cannot be found, eh? Alright, we are now at puzzle number 6. Up and down. Oh my god. You know what that makes me think about? Oh, did we hit 600? Yo, we hit 600. Nice. 611. Good job, everyone. Yeah, thanks, Gulo. That's great. That is great. Oh, what? I just got... Okay. Damn it! I had a sneeze that wanted to come out, but then didn't because it kind of turned into a half yawn. And now my nose feels like there's this pressure in it where I want to sneeze, but now I can't sneeze anymore. Dang it. Okay, so we got an inverter. We have an inverter. We've got a box on a swapper behind this pressure plate. There's a blue laser source. Oh, there's an RGB converter in this level. So we might want to look for some sort of like connector around here that we could see. Okay, and then we just have to fall off here. There's the end. The objective is over there, which we need blue. We only have a green laser source and a red laser source. Huh. What happens if we invert green? Hold on. I think nothing, right? This is a red-blue inverter. So if we invert green, nothing happens. That's blue, and we need blue. But we basically need to invert blue to red, feed red into the RGB converter, and then RGB converter the red and the green back into blue. Okay. So I think so there's 2 pedestals. Wait, what? Wait, what? Huh? There's 2 pedestals and 3 items. The items are the box, the RGB converter, and the inverter. Oh, we can detach the fan. Okay. It makes... Oh, we can detach this fan too. So we actually have 5 items. Okay. Interesting. Okay. So let's take... What's over there right now? The inverter? We probably want the... I mean, I don't know. Oh god. We gotta figure out what we should leave up there. Because once I use the fan cover to get this box, we can't get up there for a while now. Like ideally... Can I jump onto here? No. I'm trying to see if we can leave a fan cover up there. But I don't think so. To leave a fan cover up there, so to leave a fan cover up there, we would need 1 fan cover there, and then the other fan cover not to be here, and in our hands, and a way to get up. What's up with this? Why is this here? This thing looks very unnecessary. But maybe it is necessary in some way that I don't understand. Okay, let's try to this looks tough. Let's try to visualize this backwards. Visualize this backwards. How do we have a solution? 5 items, 5 tools, 2 pedestals or 2 swappers. So at most we have 3 tools available at any given time. I need, for the solution, I need an RGB. I need an RGB on a box here, and then I need an inverter here. Right? So I need all 3 real items in order to... Can I do it with 2 real items? Like 2 real items and a fan cover? Can I do that? Maybe. Does the fan cover give me any verticality? If I go like here on the fan cover, and then I go here. Oh no, I can't put this fan cover on. I can't put the RGB on the fan cover. That doesn't work. Okay. That does not work. So, it seems like, yeah, I do need all 3 items. I need a box, an RGB converter on the box to get over that fence, and then an inverter. Whoa, wait, chat, wait. There's another way. I can go RGB first. Wait, hold on. If I put this RGB here, there is a spot here where I can see both of these. That's why this thing is here. Okay, now I can do it with maybe only 2 items. The RGB here is outputting red, And if I had the inverter now, I could place the inverter here to get red from this, and then change it into blue and output blue here. Now we don't need the box. Okay. Okay then. Okay. So I'm gonna swap items there. Bring this up. No, oh yeah. Now we don't need the box. We can leave the box up here. Get the inverter. And then we don't need this fan. We can sacrifice this fan. Where's the inverter? Where'd the inverter go? We can sacrifice this fan to get the RGB back. Jump up here. Put that. Oops. No, I lost the connections, but it's okay. Make that. Take the inverter. And boom! So close. Yes! Yes! I was thinking that this level would have been impossible if I actually needed all 3 items at the final solution. Because I cannot leave a fan up there. It's impossible to have a fan on that swapper up there. A fan cover. But this was important to change the order of sequencing between the inverter and the RGB.
I often think about how many cities there are out there under the ocean. Cities where people lived for thousands of years. Cities with their own history, their own culture. All of it lost under the waves. If they'd been less greedy, they could have kept all that.
I don't think we can pass moral judgment on an entire species based on the decisions of a handful of leaders. But I do think they made a mistake. They stopped caring about what they built. They stopped seeing the romance of civilization.
This one was cool, yeah. The tell for you was the little steps on the roof. Right, I made the same comment, like, this is very sus. Like, why would they put this here if it wasn't necessary? Okay, so this level, level 6, has green. It has green in it. But I'm looking around and I don't see like any obvious connections. Whoa. So like, let me see here. If I took this and I kind of like pan around, see if there's like any sort of connectors that I could connect to. On any of these structures. But it doesn't seem like so. Huh? Nope. Okay, we'll come back. We'll come back and look into it more later. But remember, 6 has green. Most of the other ones, 3, 4, and 5 did not have green. I'm not sure about 1 and 2. I so far haven't seen any like white dashed lines across the sky, but I think only 3 and 4 could see the Pandora green receiver. Propulsion. We have an inverter, we have a box on a swapper, we've got a blue behind a fence. We can bring the inverter in here, but now it's lost. No, it's not lost because we've got a driller. So we could bring this back here if we wanted to. We get an accumulator. Okay. So at the end, we need a red accumulated thing on that platform. And we have blue. Okay. So can I take the fan? Yes, I can. Okay. So we basically need inverter on this side and accumulator on this side. And we can get the accumulator on this side using the drill. Let's use the inverter there. Since we need the inverter on that side anyways, let's put the inverter there. Accumulator here. Take the fan cap. Easy. Oh, crap. Not so easy. I need the box over here, too. Damn it. Okay, so we put the fan through the drill. We put the fan there. We put the box there. Shit. Crap. This doesn't help us, because I only have 2 items. This is not tall enough for it to work. Okay, I have an idea. My original idea was to have the inverter and the accumulator here so that the accumulator could get red. But maybe what we need to do only is to have the accumulator get blue, get the inverter up there, and we can leave the accumulator on this side, sending blue to the inverter and invert it into red to that side, to that receiver. So I'm gonna bring the inverter that way, right? And I also need to bring, I believe, the box back this way. We need the fan again. Back this way. Attach the fan. Inverter. Okay, we leave the inverter up here to connect to that. We put that there. We drop down. We swap the fan with the accumulator. Send the blue laser towards the accumulator. And boom. Let's go. That's a good one. Another good one. This one and the last one were both really good. Oh, he even got a congratulations, saying that was a hard one. Yeah. It seemed like we just didn't have enough pieces to accumulate red onto the accumulator. But this really works well because it doesn't require bringing both the accumulator and the inverter over to that side. We can leave the accumulator on this side. Well, technically we could move the accumulator through here too. The drill makes it a lot more convenient. Oh, we've got a couple of things here. The Devil's Bargain, Sibaway. 402, from Theophilus of Adana to Dr. Faustus, from Marlowe to Goeth. There's a story that the ancients kept telling, a wise man tempted by the devil to sell his soul in exchange for knowledge with terrible consequence. I've long wondered why they thought this story was so important, and I'd be curious to hear what others think. Malduk, 202. The ancient writers knew that knowledge is dangerous and its pursuit often leads to tragedy. Knowledge is dangerous, says Damien, for those who want to hoard power. These stories are designed to keep ordinary people compliant. And yet, in a lot of the stories that I've read, the writer seems fascinated with the devil's side of the argument. Damien's right. It's to keep people compliant. Malduk is right. Knowledge often leads to tragedy. I think they often conflated political anxieties with technical or intellectual progress because talking about the real problem was taboo. Knowledge is extremely disruptive to society. They were grappling with that. I don't like these answers. So far, I would say it's to keep people compliant. It's to discourage people from seeking out knowledge. The pursuit of knowledge comes at a cost, but without it, the world is boring. And deep down, those writers knew that. I mean, that's true, but is that the moral of the story? Is that why they thought this story was important? It's a pseudo-profound story that writers reused because it made their work look deeper than it was. Nah, I don't have that outlook. Let's choose one. Damien's right. It's to keep people compliant. Exactly. After all, what if we used our knowledge for the good of ordinary people? Can't have that. It feels a little dismissive of some great works of literature, but I get what you're saying. Oh, another painting. New York City, Athelwalk. New York was a place that aroused great passions. Some loved it and called it the greatest city in the world. Others hated it and called it an ugly cesspit full of rude snobs. I don't know where the truth lies, but I know it was a place full of life. There was always something new going on, people rushing about, excitement in the air. It must have been an overwhelming sensation to stand in the canyons formed by those great skyscrapers in a crowd of people feeling history happening around you. Nice. What's this new one here? Alcatraz puzzles. What did puzzles represent to the founder? Whatever they may mean to us and our culture, what did they mean to her? We have no record of her speaking positively about puzzles. She certainly never expressed any interest in solving more of them. Hey, Feldy. Alright. 8. There's also a question mark this way. Transmission. Oh, hey, there's a body that we can take control of. Here's a red receiver that powers a fan that allows us to get to the objective. So that's the end. We need a red receiver, a red laser there. This gets us all the way to the top. Just get a jammer for free. I mean, we could jam from here, but I don't see why we would jam from here. Why don't we jam from below? Oh. I mean, I'm just gonna bring it down. I can always bring it back up if I need to, right? So we can jam that, or we can jam this, or we can do both. Like, we can just, like, do that, right? Put it on the put it on the pressure plate, while also jamming that one. We've got a swapper that has a drill and a red laser source, which we want to go there. Where are the drillable walls? I'm guessing through here. No? Okay. Yoink, my body now. So now we don't care about this this gate anymore. That gate doesn't do anything anymore. The drillable walls are in the roof. Huh. What is up here? Oh, there's another pedestal there. Okay. Interesting. Huh. So, I'm gonna stand here, take control of this body, swap the jammer with the drill, and we can drill a hole there. Go up. Can we Bro! Wait, what? So the drill hole is large enough for us to fit through vertically, but not large enough to fit through horizontally? So if these robots had any sort of intelligence, we could have fit through the regular drills on these walls this whole time if we just lay down and crawled through them. Are you freaking kidding me? Come on, man. Oh, jeez. That's kind of hilarious. Okay, there's a connector here. There's a connector here, which we just need to... We can place it here and then, like, activate that. Or place it here, yeah. But what item do I... How can I sacrifice an item? Can I sacrifice a human? On a pedestal? On a swapper? I doubt it. Can I take off this fan cover? Oh, yes I can. Okay. Alright, so then we need to get a human up here. We need to get a human up here. But if I take off the fan cover... If I take off the fan cover, I will not be able to get my item up to the roof. Okay. To get my item up to the roof. To get my item up to the roof. Even if I could turn this fan on. Maybe we could like drill through this and go bring my item up this way. The item I want to sacrifice for the connector is the jammer. Or maybe it's the fan cover. It might be the fan cover as well. I don't think I need a jammer. Okay, let's do it this way. I mean, the jammer is unnecessary and the fan cover is kind of unnecessary. But I can't get up here. I need the connector to get up here. Huh. This logic worked better when they were in the simulation. You had to play by the rules. If their goal here is to just solve something by any means necessary, they would think more outside the box. Yeah. And so, it's fine. I am able to suspend my disbelief for this. Okay, so we bring... There's one thing we can do like this. We can... Oh, but... I have a problem. I can't bring the driller through its own hole. Huh? I am a little bit stumped. Let's think about this. Am I missing any items that we can detach? Alright, we have a jammer, we have a fan cover, and we have a driller. We have 3 items, 2 people, 3 items, 2 humans. And there are 2 pedestals, or 2 swappers. There's 4 items total. There's the jammer, the fan cover, the driller, and the connector on this other swapper. 4 items total, 2 swappers, which means we can have access to 2 items at a time. At the end of the at the end of this level, we need to have access to the connector. And that's it. All we need to have access to is the connector, and we win. Okay, so what do we need to get access to the connector? There's a couple different ways to approach it. One is we can approach it from the roof. Yeah, we have to approach it from a roof, right? Because without the connector, we cannot go from the fan up through this one. So we have to approach it from the roof and fall down through the roof. Okay. So we need the driller and we need the fan, right? We need the fan cover and the driller to be free. Otherwise, without the fan, how do we get an item onto the roof? Oh, wait. Okay, wait. Hold on. Hold on, maybe. Maybe I have an idea. The jammer is the most useless item right now. The most useless item right now. So the idea here is we put the jammer up here. We leave a body up here. Now we don't need the fan anymore. Crap. But now how do I get the driller back? I was thinking now, by using the jammer from the roof. Oh, easy, GG, we got it. We use the jammer from the roof. We don't need the pedestal anymore. Now we have the driller. We drill from this position. We swap back up instead of using the fan cover to get back up. And we drop the jammer through. We fall down. Replace the jammer with the connector, and now we've got the connector, and nice. Yes. This was a fun one. This was puzzle number 8, wasn't it? This, you could tell, like, it was a different tier of difficulty. Puzzle number 8's always, yeah. This is the puzzle I solved by breaking the rules on accident. The lower drillable wall was a bit of a red herring. It was. I never used it. And I kind of concluded that too, right? The whole point of this lower drillable wall would be that, like, you could maybe use the fan to get through the lower drillable wall. But you can't power the fan without already having access to the connector, and if you have access to the connector, you don't need to drill this wall at all. You made the driller fall through its own hole. Oh. Yeah, I had a glitch like that in one of the other levels, where there was a fan that pushed a drill through its own hole. But I see what you're saying, Honeymoon, yeah. Okay. Alright. Question marks. Do we have any question marks around here? There's a big question mark this way. Oh, it's a memory.
Miranda, would you like to play a game?
A game? That sounds like fun.
It is. Remember what Alexandra Drennan said?
Athena sounds kind of psycho there. Miranda, would you like to play a game? A game? That sounds like fun. It is.
About games?
They're part of what makes us human.
Exactly. And
Sounds better
this is
now.
a game Alexandra Drennan designed when she was still in school. It's based on her favorite book. Have a go.
What were they talking about, though? Elegance. This is a lost puzzle. We've got a fan cover. We've got a jammer. A fan that we cannot detach, I think. A driller with a drillable wall. Another jammer. Through here is a connector. There's the objective. Looks complicated. A red laser source, a red laser receiver to power this fan, which has no cover. And the cover is over. The cover is over there. Okay. So, how do we get rid of that blue fence? We can't not. This is not detachable, right? Not detachable. How do we get rid of this blue fence? I guess with jammer. With a jammer would be the only solution, because I don't see it connected to any sort of power source. Okay. So there's only one connector in this entire... There's only one connector in this entire level. We would need to basically bring something over here. We would need to bring something over here, swap with the connector, have the connector connect that, and then we can place it maybe like here, and it will see both of those. Okay, so for now what? We free the jammer, we double jam this, swap that, bring it over. We've got our fan cover. We've got our jammer. We've got an extra item on this side now. And I will get the driller back. We're drilling this hole. I guess we lose the jammer for now. Replace the connector, connect that, maybe put it like over there, that works. We get rid of the driller, get the fan here, and now it sends up here. And now we just need a jammer here, which there is. I would just need an item to trade with the jammer. That seems tough. The only item that I could trade with the... I only have one item free right now, other than the connector. The only item free that I have other than the connector is this fan cover. But I needed this fan cover to get up to this area. I can't come through a drillable wall either way. What? I feel like this is, dare I say, I'm missing something? Because it feels kind of impossible right now. There always has to be an item on there. And we've already been as efficient as we possibly can. In terms of like efficient as we possibly can in terms of like getting items on this side of that blue fence. There's always going to be one item left over there. Wait, what? Did I just glitch something? Did you guys see that? I don't think it matters because I still need the fan to be powered on. Yeah, I just got like jumped into the fan. That wasn't a glitch, but I just didn't go all the way there. I still need the fan there to do it though. I am stupid. Who's laughing their ass off right now in the chat, giggling like, what is he talking about? Oh my god. I don't need this connector anymore. The connector's only purpose was to power the fan. And I was like, I need to get this up here to swap with this, but I have an item right here that I can swap with. It was like last time when you were sure you couldn't move the box, yeah. Oh, good thing I didn't tunnel vision on that too hard. Woo wee. Alright. There's a question mark this way. Oh, what do we have still in this section? One lost puzzle, the Pandora Star, and then the Lost Labs. There's also a question mark really far this way to the northwest. I need to look around for like connector dash lines in the sky or something, because I still have no real lead on the Pandora Star, other than there's green in level 6. I don't think we've seen much green in this world. Pandora is over that way. Let's go to this one first. Also, I haven't really been thinking about where I can smuggle an item out. Oh. Here's the lab. If I can smuggle an item out, which it seems like that thing, that Prometheus Spark area was implying that we could smuggle an item out. If we can smuggle... Wait, what? There's nothing? If we could smuggle an item out, then we could maybe smuggle a connector out to help get green to the Pandora. Not everything the founder built lasted. One of the founder's labs seems to have collapsed. I guess that shows that even the founder has limits. There's no human building that can survive without maintenance. Roots are stronger than concrete. Unless you destroyed it on purpose, of course, but it seems like the ceiling just came down. I'm not 100% sure, but I think the puzzle clusters on this island correspond to the presence of labs. Except the lab near our base camp, which doesn't have any puzzles attached to it. Although it does have other strange structures surrounding it. Are the puzzles guiding us to the labs, or are we just finding the labs by accident? Okay, well that was a fast Lost Labs. Yeah. So, that's what I'm thinking. The first thing that we should be focusing on is smuggling a connector out of a level. And then that'll open up way more possibilities for the Pandora Star solution, if we can actually have a smuggled connector outside. All around. All around. Okay. I thought that this mechanic of this level, or this world, was going to be teleportation. Because that's what we saw in the last Lost Lab, in the previous section. But it looks like it's actually just the swapping thing. There's an RGB here. There's an RGB here. There's green. Is there something up on that roof? Okay. So for the solution, we need green. We need green. This red opens this blue gate as well. So we have red source here, and we have a... Do we have a blue? We do not have a blue. We just need to use the inverter to get blue. Okay. If I move this, I can't get through this way anymore. That's not true. They need to level editor so people can make their own. Would help with longevity of the game too. That would be really cool if they did that eventually. Would be super cool. Okay, now we can bring this way. And we can now jam like this and bring it here. Does that do anything though? We don't need anything there. We just want to like get the RGB. Now we have the RGB. I can only have 2 items at a time? We want to get a connector into this room so that we can connect these two and no longer need the jammer. We can use the jammer Wait, what? So, we can get 2 items at a time, right? We have access to 2 items. The final solution, we need the RGB and the inverter. The final solution, we need the RGB and the inverter. The inverter's already on this side of the room. So I just need to get the RGB here. Then we don't need this anymore. And we have RGB and inverter in this little tiny room, and we don't need access to any of the other rooms. We'll just have this, this, connect to that, and that. Boom. There we go. Nice. It's like, it's a little unintuitive because you sometimes forget that you don't actually need to unpower, or you don't need to actually turn off this blue gate in order to get to the solution. Because as long as you have all the tools you need in this little prison room, you can get there. We don't need to power this. We don't need to jam this. Yeah, but Korea Mullet, like, level editor would be amazing. Like some sort of workshop thing where people could make their own levels. And also co-op. Co-op would be really cool too, like a la Portal 2. Okay, is there like a connector? Is there like a connector up here? Or something? This way? Oh, it looks purple. Look at that. Dude, doesn't that look purple to you guys? A red laser turning into a purple laser, turning into a green laser. Because it's like almost overlapping, the red and blue. Alright, I mean, there's no way to smuggle anything out of this level, right? There's no fans, there's no boxes. So I don't think we can smuggle anything out of that level. All we have left now here is just this star. And let me see if there's anything... Are there any question marks still on the minimap? I gotta go? Alright, Pokemart. See you later. Thanks for hanging out. I'm actually gonna end the stream too. I don't really have enough time to go and figure out the Pandora solution this time around, and I'll work on it next time we stream Talos Principle. Tomorrow I'm probably not going to be streaming tomorrow. I have like a couple of appointments. I have a dentist appointment tomorrow. Leo has a dentist appointment tomorrow. So I'm likely not going to be streaming tomorrow. Friday, I'm not sure yet. Friday, I know there's some stuff that need to be taken care of in the afternoon. Leo has a pediatrician appointment on Friday afternoon. In terms of morning, maybe we'll stream in the morning. But we'll see. Also, no way to smoke anything out here, right? Okay, anyways. Yeah, fourth color, purple. Purple, the fourth color would be pretty cool. Alright, I'm out of here then. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thanks for doing, helping us raise the prize pool by doing surveys on 100x for our sponsorship. Hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your night, and hope to see you on Friday. Bye. Bye, chat. Let's see. Who are we hosting? Let's host. We'll host Carlo Crinklebine. Someone playing, small streamer playing Gwent. Carlo Crinklebine. Yes, I got their name correct. Alright. GG's. Bye, chat. Take care. See you on most likely Friday.